Hello dear student, welcome in the online lecture series. I am Dr. Balasaheb Pagar, working as a associate professor in Department of Chemistry, Srimati Vimla bin Khimji, Tejukaya Arts, Commerce and Science College, Deolali Camp. In the previous lecture, we discussed about the first chapter, that is a modern approach to the chemical industry. So in the modern approach to the chemical industry, there is a different terms which is used in the industrial chemistry, and the industrial chemistry that having a different types of the department. For example, R&D department, then pollution control department. All these departments discussed in the previous lecture. So the second chapter, that is a manufacturing of a chemicals. For example, manufacture of ammonia, manufacture of nitric acid, manufacture of sulfuric acid. So basic chemicals which is required for the chemical industry. So first chemical, that is a ammonia, manufacture of ammonia. In the today's session we discuss about the manufacture of ammonia. So manufacture of ammonia required a different like raw material, then converter and oxidation tower. So all these points discussed in the first point, that is a manufacture of ammonia. Then second point, that is a physico-chemical principles involved in the manufacture of ammonia. So different conditions like temperature, pressure and concentration of the reactants, that is discussed in the second point, that is a physico-chemical principles involved in the manufacture of ammonia. So in the first chapter we discuss about the different departments present in the chemical industry. In manufacture of ammonia, we discuss about the raw material, oxidation tower, converter, physico-chemical principles involved in the manufacture of ammonia. So student must be learn all these points. So manufacture of ammonia, that required a basic manufacture of ammonia, having a desire manufacture of ammonia required a different types of the raw materials like hydrogen, nitrogen and some catalyst. So in the introduction, the manufacture of desired product required many types of the chemicals, means the different industry that required many types of the basic chemicals like nitric acid, ammonia, sulfuric acid or other HCl. All these chemicals required every chemical industry. So for example, chemical industry supplies material for a preparation of food. So preparation of food also required different types of the chemicals. Some of the chemicals are the basic chemicals. So basic chemicals like ammonia, nitric acid and sulfuric acid, all these chemicals are the very basic chemicals which is required in the chemical industry. So polymer industry, textile industry, dyes, building material, all these industries required a different types of the acids and a different types of the chemicals. Ammonia, sulfuric acid and nitric acid are the some of the chemicals which is required every chemical laboratory. So every chemical laboratory that must be having a basic chemicals like ammonia, nitric acid or sulfuric acid. So manufacture of the ammonia depends upon the following principle. The manufacture of ammonia is based on the principle, that is a nitrogen and hydrogen which is near about 1:3 proportion, because one part of the nitrogen and 3 part is the hydrogen. So this manufacture required 1:3 proportion of the nitrogen and hydrogen gas at a optimum temperature. So temperature, pressure and concentration, all these conditions are also very important in the industrial scale for the manufacture of ammonia. Manufacture of ammonia by using Buch-Haber process. So Buch-Haber process required a different types of the raw material. It is carried out in a nickel vanadium chromium converter. So nickel vanadium chromium is a very stable steel which is required for the manufacture of ammonia, because in this case use a strong atmospheric pressure like near about 200 to 300 atmospheric pressure, and also required a temperature, because the raw materials, both raw materials are the neutral molecules. Nitrogen is the neutral molecule as well as hydrogen is also an neutral molecule. That's why that required a drastic condition, means more pressure as well as temperature and then concentration of the rate flow. So it is carried out in a nickel vanadium chromium converter. So this converter is highly stable, which is having near about 7 feet in height and 21 inches in diameter. Weight is near about 3 ton. The reaction is carried out at a near about 550 degrees Celsius temperature and the 300 atmospheric pressure. That's why this reactor must be strong. That reactor must be manufactured by using a strong metal. For example, nickel, vanadium and chromium. This steel is very strong. Raw material required for the manufacture of ammonia. So two basic raw material required for the manufacture of ammonia: nitrogen and the hydrogen. So source of the nitrogen may be coming from the air. So air that contain near about more than 70% nitrogen. So most cheaper source of the nitrogen is from the air. And also second raw material is the hydrogen. So source of the hydrogen is different. First raw material is the hydrogen gas. It is obtained from the air. It is obtained by using following source: from the water gas. Water gas means the carbon dioxide and hydrogen. So water gas which is produced by using different source. For example, coke reaction of coke with water, and from naphtha. Naphtha is also converted into the hydrogen gas. Then reducing a natural gas. So by reducing of a natural gas, that convert into the hydrogen, and electrolysis of the water. So all these are the different source of the hydrogen which is required for the manufacture of ammonia. And the second raw material, which is the nitrogen gas. Nitrogen gas, major source of the nitrogen gas is from the air. And another source of the nitrogen gas, that is a producer gas. Producer gas means carbon monoxide and the nitrogen. A modified Buch-Haber process, hydrogen gas and nitrogen gas which is obtained from a water gas and producer gas. Water gas means carbon monoxide plus hydrogen, and the producer gas means carbon monoxide and the nitrogen. So coke plus water at a high temperature near about 1000 to 1400 degrees Celsius gives a carbon monoxide and hydrogen. So coke means carbon that reacts with H2O, and there is a reaction takes place and convert carbon into carbon monoxide and the hydrogen gas. And this reaction is the endothermic reaction. Endothermic reaction means heat is absorbed during the reaction, means temperature which is fall down in the reaction mixture. So this reaction required a high temperature near about 1000 to 1400 degrees Celsius temperature, because the reaction is endothermic, and temperature required continuously because the reaction is endothermic. Water gas is produced and cooled and purified by passing through the iron oxide. So further, after completion of the reaction, that reaction mixture which is passing through the iron oxide. So further, that hydrogen gas which is purified. Then second raw material, that is a producer gas which is required in the Buch-Haber process. So producer gas which is obtained from the coke means carbon plus air contain oxygen and nitrogen. So oxygen reacts with carbon and convert into carbon monoxide, and plus there is a nitrogen, means this mixture is known as a producer gas, means producer gas that having a carbon monoxide and the nitrogen gas. The nitrogen of a air remains mixed with carbon monoxide, and this reaction mixture which is used for the manufacture of ammonia. First step, that is a reaction in the oxidation tower. So first step is the oxidation, means carbon monoxide which is present in the hydrogen gas as well as nitrogen gas, means nitrogen and hydrogen that is associated with a carbon monoxide. So carbon monoxide that convert into carbon dioxide in a oxidation tower. So here in the oxidation tower reaction takes place, means oxidation reaction takes place. Carbon monoxide convert into carbon dioxide. A mixture of water gas and the producer gas is passed an oxidation tower. The carbon monoxide from water gas and producer gas is converted to the carbon dioxide using a iron oxide as a catalyst, means at a high temperature near about 500 degrees Celsius temperature, in presence of a catalyst, carbon monoxide that convert into carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide that maybe reacts with water, carbon dioxide that reacts with water and then convert into the carbonic acid. Okay, so the reaction is exothermic. So this reaction is exothermic. So temperature which is not required further the reaction. So reaction once start, the reaction is exothermic. That's why heat generated in the reaction. So further heating is not necessary because the reaction is exothermic. And if we adjust only the flow rate of the gases, then reaction temperature may be maintained. Due to the heat produced, the reaction can continue even at a low temperature because the reaction is exothermic. The unwanted gases means carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, which is removed from the mixture, means from the hydrogen and nitrogen mixture, and CO2 which is removed by using a water. So water reacts with carbon dioxide and convert into the carbonic acid. So carbonic acid which is water soluble and which is removed from the reaction mixture or from the gases. Reaction in the converter. So this is the most important step in the manufacture of ammonia. So next step is the convert reaction mixture which is passed into the converter. The mixture of pure N2 and H2 means the pure nitrogen and hydrogen in the ratio 1:3 is further compressed to 200 to 300 atmospheric pressure to remove the unwanted impurities which is present in the nitrogen or the hydrogen gas. So all these impurities which is removed if this reaction mixture, this starting material, raw material which is compressed to 200 to 300 atmospheric pressure and filter through the oil filter. So filter through the filter to remove the oil impurity. The mixture of N2 and H2 is passed over finely divided iron catalyst. So iron as a catalyst which is present in the converter. So in presence of a molybdenum in a nickel, vanadium, chromium steel converter. So if we use the iron catalyst, if we use the catalyst, then reaction temperature as well as rate of the reaction which is increased near about 4 times because the catalyst that reduces the optimum temperature. The catalyst in the granular form is kept in the center portion of the converter. So granular catalyst which is used in the granular form because in the granular form surface area of the catalyst which is increased, which is more. If we use as a rod, then surface area is less, and if we use as a granular form, then surface area is more. So the granular form means catalyst that reacts with nitrogen as well as hydrogen gas and to reduce the optimum temperature and convert into the convert into the ammonia, and this reaction is a exothermic reaction, means heat is evolved during the reaction. The reaction is exothermic and can continue even at a lower temperature. The required temperature is maintained by adjusting the flow rate of the gases. Means if we increase or decrease the flow rate of the gases, then temperature may be increase or decrease. Means if we use more reactants, means hydrogen and nitrogen, then the temperature of the reaction that is increases, maybe increase above 500 degrees Celsius because that reaction is exothermic. So if just adjust the flow rate of the gases, then keep the temperature near about 450 degree Celsius, means temperature which is maintained by using a flow rate of the gases. Separation of ammonia from the unreacted gases. In the final step, ammonia which is separated from the gases. So in this reaction, yield of this reaction is only near about 8%. So 8% nitrogen and hydrogen gas that convert into the ammonia. And in this last chamber, there is a cooling process, cooling these gases near about minus 15 degrees Celsius temperature. At the minus 15 degrees Celsius temperature, ammonia, gaseous ammonia that convert into the liquid ammonia. So ammonia which is convert into the liquid and which is separated from the gases, and unreacted gases mean near about more than 90% unreacted gases which is again recycled, means that gases again recycled into the oxidation tower or in the converter. So this is the flow sheet diagram of the manufacture of ammonia. If we use nitrogen from the air or hydrogen from the natural gas, that convert into the nitrogen and hydrogen. This is the source of nitrogen and hydrogen. Then that reaction mixture which is passed into the first into the oxidation tower, then pass into the converter. In the converter, maintain the temperature near about 400 to 550 degrees Celsius at near about 200 atmospheric pressure, and convert nitrogen and hydrogen into the ammonia. After cooling, the ammonia which is converted into the liquid and which is collected in the separate tank, and the unreacted gases again recycled into the reaction. Or if we see the flow sheet diagram, nitrogen gas and producer gas which is first come into the oxidation tower, then in the oxidation tower the carbon monoxide which is converted into the carbon dioxide and which is removed by using a carbonic acid. Then this reaction mixture is purifier, means nitrogen gas and hydrogen gas which is purifier, and then transfer into the reactor. So in the reactor there is a iron as a catalyst. In presence of a catalyst, that reduce the reaction temperature, and after reaction that reaction mixture which is passed into the cooling chamber. So in the cooling chamber, temperature which is reduced near about minus 15 degree Celsius. So ammonia gas which is converted into the liquid ammonia and which is converted which is collected separately, and unreacted gases which is remains present in the gas form and which is recycled. Then the physicochemical principle which is involved in the manufacture of ammonia. Physicochemical principles involved in the manufacture of ammonia. So if we see the reaction, ammonia, this reaction is the reversible reaction. Forward reaction is the exothermic and the backward reaction is the endothermic reaction. And if we see in the reaction, nitrogen gas which is 1 volume, then hydrogen which is 3 volume, means 1:3 proportion, means total volume of the gases is the 4, and that convert into the ammonia, and the volume of ammonia is only 2, means in this reaction there is a decrease in a volume. Means if we consider, if we explain the physicochemical principle, if we study the physicochemical principle, you must remain the reaction is the exothermic, means that required lower temperature, and in the reaction there is a reduce in a volume, means volume is decreases from 4 volume to 2 volume, means that required a more pressure. So the forward reaction is exothermic and backward reaction is endothermic. During the reaction NH3 there is a decrease in volume, means the reaction is exothermic and there is a decrease in volume. According to Le-Chatelier principle, percentage of ammonia formation at equilibrium will increase with decrease in pressure and will increase in pressure and decrease in temperature, because the reaction is exothermic. So that reaction is favored in presence of a lower temperature, and in the product volume of the product is less, that's why that required a more pressure, means the reaction condition is favorable at a lower pressure, lower temperature and the higher atmospheric pressure. An increase in pressure shift the equilibrium toward the right hand side, means and favors the formation of ammonia. So according to Le-Chatelier principle, the reaction condition must be in such a way that the temperature must be lower and the pressure must be higher. So first effect, that is the effect of a temperature, means if we reduce the temperature, then reaction rate increases. If we see the chart at near about 350 degrees Celsius temperature, the percentage of ammonia near about 37.5%, and at the 550 degrees Celsius temperature, percentage of ammonia is only 6.9, means if we reduce the temperature, then reaction rate increases, percentage of the reaction increases, means reaction which is favor at a lower temperature. If we increase the temperature, the reaction rate increases, means if we increase the temperature, then reaction rate increases, but percentage formation of ammonia percentage which is decreases. Similarly, if we decrease the temperature, the reaction rate decreases, means at the lower temperature reaction rate is lower, and at the higher temperature reaction rate is more, means maybe that required one day, means maybe required 12 hours, 24 hours at a 350 degrees Celsius temperature, means time required for the reaction is more, but percentage more, and also time is also required more. But at a higher temperature, reaction rate is lower, means percentage of the reaction is lower, but reaction rate is more. Okay, means the effect of temperature. At a lower temperature, reaction rate is lower, but percentage is more. At the higher temperature, reaction rate is higher, but the percentage is lower. And then second, that is the equilibrium constant K remains constant at a given temperature, means at a lower temperature that required the equilibrium constant K remains constant at a lower temperature. At a given temperature, it increase with increase in temperature and decrease with a pressure in temperature, but at a lower temperature rate of the reaction is very slow, means in industry they must be use a optimum temperature, means at the optimum temperature reaction rate must be fast, means if the lower temperature that required 12 hours, at a optimum temperature reaction may be complete near about 1 hour, means in the industry if the percentage of the product is less, but time required for the reaction is very less. That's why in the industry they use the optimum temperature. Therefore, in the converter use a optimum temperature. It's kept near about 450 degrees Celsius temperature. Effect of pressure. In the above reaction, there is a decrease in volume during the forward reaction. So here the 4 volume that convert into the 2 volume, means in this reaction there is a decrease in volume. So reaction must be favored at a high pressure. Therefore, if we increase the pressure, percentage of NH3 increases, but reaction rate decreases. In general, reaction which is accompanied by the decrease in volume, because in this reaction there is a decrease in volume. So if we decrease the pressure, then reaction rate increases at near about 200 degrees Celsius and up to the pressure 750, means at a high pressure then reaction rate is 100%, percent of the reaction is 100%, but at this drastic condition rate of the reaction is higher, percentage is also higher, but the reaction mixture that having nitrogen as well as hydrogen and also there is a ammonia, so that may be make a explosion, and that's why in the industry they use the optimum pressure, means in the industry they not use the 750 atmospheric pressure, they use only 200 atmospheric pressure. At 200 atmospheric pressure, rate of the reaction is faster. Effect of pressure. In since there are difficulties associated with at a drastic condition, means near about higher temperature as well as higher pressure. In industry use the pressure near about 200 atmospheric and near about 500 degrees Celsius temperature. So yield of the reaction is only near about 8 to 10%. Actually, there is a 10 to 20%, but the in industry the yield is only near about 8 to 10%. While the cost and reaction complete quickly, means that required less labor, means cost of the production of ammonia which is less. Hence, in the industry they use optimum temperature near about 500 degrees Celsius and the pressure only 200 atmospheric pressure. So effect of the catalyst, means if we use the catalyst then reaction rate increases, means that reduce the optimum temperature. Maximum yield of the desired product must be obtained in a minimum possible time, means without catalyst that reaction rate of the reaction required 4 times more, and if we use the catalyst then reaction rate time required for the reaction is less, means the reaction is exothermic reversible chemical reaction and the favored by lower temperature, but at lower temperature time required to reach the equilibrium is very long. Hence, in the industry they use the catalyst. Catalyst reduces optimum temperature and also increase the reaction rate. In industry process, high temperature is used to reach the equilibrium at a minimum time. This temperature is called as a optimum temperature. In the manufacture of ammonia, the optimum temperature is 500 degrees Celsius. In the absence of catalyst, that required 2 hours is the reaction time, and in presence of a catalyst that required only half an hour time. means the catalyst is most important in the industry. Because if we consider the cost also means the manufacturing cost also reduces by using the catalyst. Hence the finely divided iron catalyst is used in the manufacture of ammonia, and small amount of Al2O3 means K2O, which is also used in the catalyst. Then last point, which is the uses of ammonia. Ammonia, which is used mostly, most important use of ammonia is in the agricultural. So ammonia used in the fertilizer. Agriculture industry means the major source, major use of the ammonia in the agricultural industry. For example, manufacture of urea, manufacture of different types of the nitrogen containing fertilizers, calcium nitrate, ammonium nitrate, all these required the ammonia. So most important application of the ammonia is in the agricultural industry. Ammonia is used in the production of liquid fertilizers. So again that is used in the agricultural industry. Ammonia, which is may be used as a food for the protein source in a cattle or the sheep, goats, means ammonia is also acts as a food source. Dissociated ammonia is used such metal treating operations, means nitriding, then carbon dating, then bright aniding, means all these process which is carried out by using ammonia. Ammonia is used in the manufacture of nitric acid. So nitric acid that contain in nitrogen, and ammonia convert into the nitric acid. So for the production of nitric acid that required a ammonia. Ammonia is also used in the mining industry for the extraction of the metals. So copper metal, which is purified by using a ammonia, first convert in the copper complex and then convert into the pure copper metal, means ammonia which is used in the manufacture of ammonia. So in the today's session, student must be explain following question: explain the manufacture of ammonia by Buch-Haber process, explain the physico-chemical principles which is involved in the manufacture of ammonia, give the important uses of ammonia. So in the today's lecture, we discuss about the raw material which is required for the manufacture of ammonia. Oxidation tower. In oxidation tower, carbon monoxide that convert into the carbon dioxide. Converter means the nitrogen and hydrogen gas that convert into the ammonia. And physico-chemical principles which is involved in the manufacture of ammonia. So physico-chemical principle that required, for example, temperature, pressure and rate flow of the gases. And the last point, that is a uses of ammonia. So in the next lecture, we discuss about the manufacture of sulfuric acid. So sulfuric acid, which is also most important in the industry, every chemical industry that must be required a sulfuric acid. Physico-chemical principles involved in the manufacturing of sulfuric acid. So today we stop here. Thank you very much.